All right.
Yep.
So Jordan is talking about what games he played in 2025.
Hi, Robbie.
Hello.
Hey, Robbie, you want to hear what games Jordan played last year?
Why are you trying to connect to my parse? Oh, did you think we were doing Digimon right now? Yep, Robbie.
We'll do Digimon next week.
I genuinely thought we were doing Digimon.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you guys got time, we could do that after this. I doubt it'll take that long.
I mean, honestly, we probably could.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I got something really funny in a stupid way to show you guys after this.
Sure.
Whenever we get around to it. But yeah, I got a list here, so I guess I'll start reading them out. Games I remember playing / beating for the first time in 2025. Starting off, Castlevania: Portrait of Ruin.
Oh, banger game.
Yeah, the story's nothing crazy, but it was nice to see a little deviation of things with Brawner. Jonathan and Charlotte are a fun duo. Character and to play as.
I feel like everybody who's played that game has done that.
Maybe. Yeah, soundtrack is sick as hell, as you'd usually expect from Castlevania.
Yep.
Didn't really care for the painting revisit nonsense at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of whatever.
Yeah, still overall a very cool game. Though I do think I kind of like Dawn of Sorrow and Order of Ecclesia first, more when it comes to the DS Manias.
I think I feel the same way, honestly.
Yeah, here's a real fun one up next. Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
People!
I can't hear that game now without laughing.
Why is that?
Because of the fucking a recent Robbie quote that I'm gonna put into trash, where it's fucking bass boosted him just saying Clair Obscur 33.
Okay.
So now when I hear that game name, I just think about him going Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Yeah. Getting this out of the way, I am very annoyed about the bit of AI usage, and I don't think I ever will not be.
Here's the thing.
I didn't know about
they
that.
They used the AI assets in Expedition 33 for garbage assets they were gonna throw away when they finished the game.
I know. Doesn't mean I'm still not annoyed about it.
Here's the thing. If it wasn't in the game that you got at retail, was it in the game to begin with?
I guess not, since I bought it after launch on Steam. Pretty much everything I'm listening
to
I got have on
the
Steam.
AI, the AI wasn't there at all.
The AI was just a figment of your imagination.
I guess
it's just the fucking the gif of Skipper from Madagascar going, "You didn't see any."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but still, that nonsense notwithstanding, I do think it's a cool game. The story was quite the ride. Really liked Mael and Verso. Combat offers a lot of strategy, though I agree that countering is a good bit overtuned. This isn't Mario and Luigi. You can finish boss fights in less than an hour with just countering.
Wow. Super guard it.
Pretty ridiculous.
I mean, I have heard that it's kind of like a Persona, Paper Mario something kind of game.
Yeah, a bit. Well, I wouldn't really compare it to Persona, like, at all, but...
Well, I just know it takes from, like, some RPGs.
Yeah, I mean, despite I hate some people being idiots and going on about how this game reviving a genre or whatever, that the devs were having none of it.
Oh yeah, I you done on your bit?
Huh?
I've been talking about Expedition 33.
Yeah, I'm still talking about it. But I guess the last thing I wrote here was my PC did not like this game very much. Especially one boss you fight on the water. Every time the camera was on him / the ocean, the game chugged like crazy, and I'm pretty sure if it weren't for the fact that I was royally overleveled by the time I decided to fight him, I would not be able to beat the fight at all because of how laggy it was.
That could be an Unreal Engine 5 problem.
Or it's just my PC.
I thought your
It could be
PC was
either
pretty
one, to be honest.
powerful.
Eh, maybe. Who knows?
You got a 4K display. That's pretty powerful if you ask me.
Yeah, though the PC itself is also very dust encrusted, and one of the wires is holding in by a hair that I haven't gotten around to fixing yet.
Oh.
You know, maybe it's the PC, maybe it's something wrong with the game itself, but even on the lowest settings, it tended to chug a good bit.
We got another Baldur's Gate situation where the game is heavily unoptimized.
And another big bug that popped up a couple times is that sometimes during cutscenes, the audio would start cutting in and out constantly,
Oh
which was
yikes, that's not
absolute hell on the eardrums.
that is not good. That's the same problem I had when I was playing DMC2.
Yeah, it was. I straight up took my headphones off a number of times while playing just because of how bad it was.
Not as bad as getting ear raped when you open up Digimon. Actually, I was gonna wait. Actually, I think that's not what I think. I was gonna ask, is it worse than getting ear raped at the start of Digimon?
A lot worse because it goes on for a lot longer.
Yeah, that's what I
You
thought.
can't really turn it off.
Unless you get the game.
Yeah, up next, Hollow Knight Silksong.
Oh boy.
I have one more thing to say. Not you're done, Claire Obscure.
Oh, okay.
French
What's up?
people.
Yes, it is a very French game.
Okay, I say French people now as just a shorthand for me for just it's just me saying it out of context, and that's the joke now.
Okay.
Yeah, next thing you know, one of your attacks is just gonna be you going French people.
Yeah. Yeah, up next, Silksong. Like the original Hollow Knight, it's a beautiful looking game. Fun, though very hard. Hornet's a fun protagonist, especially what with her writing the bestiary entries in this one.
I mean, I've basically only ever heard good things about Hollow Knight.
Yeah. I do have some mixed feelings on the crest and tool system in this game, but it's nice for variety, I suppose. Interesting to see what the DLC does.
I mean, a random kind of off-topic thing about Hollow Knight that I heard about is apparently the game was in development hell because they were having too much fun adding shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty sure that's a comment from one of the devs in an interview or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember where.
That'd be the best type of development hell, where they just want to keep adding and adding and adding and adding, but they don't know when to stop.
That's literally me with DBE right now.
I think that's what you call scope creep, but yeah.
Scope creep. I mean, crazy what you can get accomplished when there isn't a corpo breathing down your throat.
Yeah, like, the only thing you have to worry about is people asking, like, hey, when's Silksong gonna come out? You can just ignore that.
Or getting burnt out.
Yeah, or that. I mean, then again, if you get burnt out, you just take time off and delay it further. Just say it'll get done when it's done.
I mean, at least we didn't end up with like a Metroid Prime 4 where it got delayed for a very long time, and we ended up with less than desirable results.
Oh, true.
Nope, I guess we'll see how that goes whenever I decide to play that game today.
I know, like, what is the word? Like, I have not heard good things about Metroid Prime 4.
Well, maybe start hearing good things about it then, because I've heard some good things about it. Like, it's a really nice looking game, and it kind of has some Prime 1 vibes. What I've also heard from people.
Most I've heard is just people finding the open desert bit boring, and some people finding a companion character annoying.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
he
not
is
bad.
annoying.
Also, how about the fact that you don't get music in the overworld unless you have the amiibo?
That's
You
strange.
what?
Have you heard about that?
Or that.
No, I have not heard that you literally can't hear music.
Well, no, it's just the desert with the bike section. The bike section has music if you tap an amiibo. If you don't tap the Metroid Prime 4 amiibo, you don't get any music in the desert world.
But you like turn on Honda Bike's radio or something?
It's something like that. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's one of the strangest uses of amiibo I've ever heard.
We're locking the fucking desert overworld biking music behind the amiibo. Have fun.
I'm guessing most of the tracks in question are like from other games or something.
I don't know. That's something I'd have to look into, but that's just all I've heard is apparently they lock music away behind the amiibo.
Well, I guess up next, here's a very unique game that I sincerely doubt you guys have heard of. Slitterhead.
Yeah, I've definitely not heard of that,
Slitter-
although there's a lot of
Slitterhead,
games I haven't
isn't
heard
that
of.
isn't that a character from BioFreaks?
Maybe.
Oh wait. Actually, wait. I have heard of this.
Yeah, Kiichiro Toyama.
Yeah, it's a really fucking weird game.
It's certainly an interesting one. I kind of start off by saying I swear almost any game with time travel is about to get repetitive feeling. And yeah, get ready to hear me say that hat sentence a couple times through this.
Is it actually repetitive?
Yeah, you are running around on the same areas and fighting the same handful of enemies a good bit. The game does show its lack of a budget a good bit. Yeah, it was. The actual combat could also be kind of annoying at times, although admittedly I might have been approaching the combat wrong. I'm honestly not sure. Either way, it's a very interesting and unique horror game with its possession-based mechanics. Also has a pretty nice atmosphere.
Oh, it's a horror game? That's not the impression I got from the name. For some reason, I thought it was an RPG.
The name refers to the monsters you're fighting.
Oh, like Metroid.
More like the later stages of Plagas in RE4.
Oh. Well, no, I was just gonna
You know,
say, like, the game's named after the main enemy or something.
Yeah, that's more so me describing what the Slitterheads themselves are like.
Okay, so like Plagas, got it.
Kinda, yeah.
Or,
Possessive
Ouroboros.
monsters that burst out of people's heads with various creepy-looking forms. But you wouldn't think that something labeled as an octopus slitterhead and a frogfish slitterhead would fight almost the exact same, but here we are.
That is weird.
Yeah, there isn't as much variety to the enemies as you might think. Anyway, but yeah, like I kind of mentioned earlier, this game was the brainchild of Kiichiro Toyama of Silent Hill, Siren, and Gravity Rush fame.
Oh. Explains the horror roots.
Yeah. And while I'm not exactly a high art person, for want of an even slightly less dumb sounding choice of words, it was quite interesting seeing other people's deep dives about this game. And even him put in a bit of a link to an article I read about it. Slitterhead, a camera in search of a story. Honestly, if you guys have the time, I would recommend giving it a read. It's very interesting.
Alright.
Overall, I wouldn't call this a bad game, but it didn't click with me that well, even if I see why it does for some. I kind of wish I liked it more than I do.
The novelty.
Would recommend at least giving it a shot to anybody interested in Toyama's other works, or just looking for a unique horror action game to play.
I mean, Jordan, have you heard of the game Psycho Bomb?
Well, the word rings a bell, but I can't quite place it to a game. Oh, hold on, give me a sec.
Potential spooky month game, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this.
Yeah, it's just a game that I have two friends of that really like it. I tend to call these games glup shido games,
What?
where it's just like a really obscure or like a really obscure game that just like one or two people are really obsessed with.
I think I know.
Oh,
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, I think a glup shido game for me would be like the God Eater series, just because its American fan base or Western fan base is very small.
I feel like the reason I would get into God Eater is because I know it from Neptunia.
Usually,
and also you know Alyssa too.
And
usually I only ever hear people bring that series up to compare it to Monster Hunter, and that's about it.
But is it
Well, here's
anything
the
like
thing.
Monster Hunter?
It has the same general like genre, but it's very different from Monster Hunter. It's a different style of game. I definitely will say this. God Eater. It sounds like I'm doing an interview now.
Well, don't worry, we'll get to yours
Basically,
eventually.
summarize. God Eater basically is better, the story, and I think the gameplay is just generally a lot smoother and more fast pace, which makes it a lot more enjoyable to play than old Monster Hunter. But it's the fact that God Eater didn't really change or adapt between generations, which Monster Hunter did, and also the fact that God Eater 3 had the misfortune of releasing in 2018.
What's wrong with
Which was when
2018?
Monster Hunter World.
Oh,
Oh, oh god.
You know, the most successful Capcom game ever made.
Yeah,
Yikes.
big oof there. Well,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe if I feel like it, I'll check out the God of Hero games later this year. I do own them, after all.
Which means I can also play them.
Yeah, up next is a game that I somehow managed to get my brother to play, who doesn't usually play single-player games. Another Crusade.
I feel like I should know this game, but I don't.
I should note that I finished this game in 2025 on New Year's Day, funnily enough.
Oh, nice.
I didn't play it for the first time this year, though. But still, I'll count that if just as an excuse to talk about this obscure little game.
I might as well, since I didn't interview you last year.
It's basically an indie Super Mario RPG.
Oh, well, that
I'd rather
sounds
play-
up my alley then.
I would rather play that game any day of the week for a lot of reasons, but this one is still a good time. Cool puppet art style, some certainly tricky button timings. In fact, I'm still not sure what the timing on a couple special attacks even are in this game, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
But I still want to say it's a super hard game overall. The humor wasn't exactly my cup of tea a lot of the time, but I guess I'm kind of known for not having much of a sense of humor to it in the first place, so whatever. And enemies can be borderline impossible to get away from sometimes. I swear some of them are straight up faster than you on the overworld, and enemy aggro doesn't have a set distance. Only way you're gonna shake them is if you can outrun them or jumping up a ledge. It's kind of ridiculous.
That's pretty funny, though. I love
Overall, if
enemies
you-
that do that.
Overall, if you like Super Mario RPG, you'll probably get a decent time out of this one. Yeah. Up next, we have Chronicles of the Wolf. A solid Metroidvania, a lot like Castlevania The Lacard Chronicles 2 in many ways, feeling like a somewhat more grim and booty take on the Castlevania series.
I didn't actually like
Simon's
a
Quest.
frickin' Metroidvania game with a name like that.
Yeah, in particular, it's a lot like Simon's Quest in the sense that you're kind of running around a whole open country rather than just a huge castle. Of course, all the similarities are probably because it's made by the same devs as the Lacard Chronicles games.
Oh.
Even got a Robert Belgard, Alucard's Symphony of the Night voice actor cameo like Chronicles 2 did.
Oh, that's really cool. I think
Yeah.
I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, I think I told you that in another video, although I can't remember
Probably.
which one.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just remember you talking about Robert Belgrade voicing a character in something.
Yeah, it's also got a nice soundtrack. And funnily enough, that Robert cameo isn't even the only bit of crossover. This game, as a super boss, it also has Bloodless from the Bloodstained series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't really remember her because she wasn't in Curse of the Moon 2. She was in the first one. Although
Okay.
she's also in Ritual of the Night. I just remembered.
So in case I decide to play the Ritual of the Night game and the first Circle of the Moon game.
Up next, we have another very interesting one. By Sweet Carol.
I think I saw you playing it on Steam once or something.
Probably, yeah.
Every now and then I check my friends list.
Probably the thing that catches most people's attention about his game is the look, in the sense that it looks a lot like the kind of animated movie you'd see back in like the 40s or such. Which, you know, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Cinderella, that sort of thing. I mean, a lot of old Disney movies.
Yeah, that art style is good. I kind of wish they did more of that.
Yeah. Here's a depressing sentence. The last time Disney made a 2D animated movie was The Princess and the Frog.
And when was
When did
that?
that come out?
2009.
That
God
was-
damn.
Jesus.
We are sorely lacking in animated movies.
Ain't that depressing?
That is depressing. I prefer 2D
I mean-
animation over 3D.
They went out
Fuck!
with
I
a
opened the
bang-
game by accident.
They went out with a bang with that at least, but yeah, that's depressing.
Damn.
But that aside, while I can't really see myself playing by Sweet Carol again anytime soon, the one playthrough I have done was quite the enjoyable ride, if glitchy and kind of clunky at times. But I suppose it's a bit of a given considering what kind of platformer it is. If you're
Hard
wondering what
experience, I
kind
guess.
of, have you ever seen stuff like the old Prince of Persia games?
A
That
little
sort
bit.
of that's or Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, that sort of thing.
I've seen bits of it.
Yeah, it's that kind of platformer. Or slow and
boy.
methodical, and your character can die from falling off stuff.
I love fall damage.
Although you can sort of mitigate it because this game gives you the opportunity to turn into a rabbit.
Oh, nice. That's your
Master can-
ground pound, I guess.
Well, you mostly use it for jumping into getting into smaller ledges.
Oh.
You are technically more vulnerable in this form, but that didn't stop me. In fact, there's an achievement I got hot when I beat it, where turns out I spent most of the game in rabbit mode.
I mean, that's kind of the same addictive quality as using the mini mushroom.
Yeah. But regardless of all that, would highly recommend anybody give this game a shot. It's quite the experience.
Nice.
Yeah, up next here. Oh yeah, speaking of Digimon earlier and time travel plots, here's Digimon Story Time Stranger.
Yeah, a game that we won't shut up about.
Overall, I'd say I like it more than Cyber Sleuth or Hacker's Memory, for whatever that's worth.
I mean, is it the bigger budget?
Yep, yeah, that certainly helps with it, but and if I do have things to say about this game too. Overall, while I haven't played that many Digimon games, I'd say it's probably my favorite one so far.
Great.
I like the stories of the individual Olympus 12, even if the main plot got kind of messy and repetitive feeling. Time travel 101, I swear.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll say the plot managed to stay focused at least, I'll definitely give it that. No forced side quests of
Yeah.
zero relevance here, baby.
Thank God.
Yep. It actually has relevant stuff in it. I actually do like how it all comes together in the end. I like that.
Yeah, that massive dump at the end aside anyway.
Outside of all the set.
The addition of
Like,
agent skills... Oh, sorry, you were saying?
The lead up to like the final bit, I really like.
It was neat. Anyway, the addition of agent skills, unique resistances, and weakness trees, plus number tweaking, boss charge-ups when they're not bugging out anyway, and more moves to choose from, help the battles feel less boring than they tend to in Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory.
I'm guessing
Even
you
with the
didn't
lack-
have to go auto battle as much, huh?
Yeah, I certainly didn't feel inclined to, so that's good. I didn't feel inclined to literally just let the game play itself during boss fights.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Feels
I mean, I
weird.
did play this. You know what, I'm just gonna save my opinions for when I do my interview. I'm just gonna shut up.
How
for
we?
stuff we
Yeah,
both
I was
have
just
played.
gonna just say real quick, like, we could probably just slot in the interview over the Code Vein stream this week.
All right. Also, I do want to get Code Vein 1 done before the end of the month, because that's when Code Vein 2 comes out.
Oh, okay.
So if we can do like some multiple streams, just so we can get the game finished up. We are at near the end of the game, so
All right. Could do like we could play on like Wednesdays or something.
usually do.
Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Alright.
Yeah, I didn't write anything about this down, but I should probably talk about the DLC a bit, especially since the second bit of it's coming out later this month.
Yeah, sure.
Easily the neatest thing about the first bit of DLC it gave was just the fact that Parallelmon is out of V-Tamer jail. I mean,
Wait, he's a pre-existing Digimon? I thought it was new.
He's from a crossover between like V-Tamer and Digimon Adventure 2020, I believe it was.
Really?
No,
Let me look him up.
Digimon Adventure 02. That's what it was. Yeah, he's from a V-Taker one-shot manga.
Oh boy,
Really?
you're gonna have to fill me on
I mean,
that.
Yeah, you can find old artwork of him if you look him up real quick. But yeah, he's pre-existing.
Parallelamon?
Yeah, Parallelmon, like parallel dimension.
2001, and his reference book entry is 2025.
Ooh, cool.
Literally
Yeah,
24 years since he's been introduced.
He's got a cool design.
Yeah, he's fairly neat, even if he does kind of seem like a lesser combination of Diaboromon and Arcadiemon to me. But oh well.
There is specifically a Digimon Time Stranger wiki.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll say though, while it is neat having him around, the DLC itself was middling at best, to be honest. Just kind of a lot of running in circles while trying to develop a character that didn't have a lot of screen time by using an alternate dimension version of them, plus a alternate version of Kyoko from Cyber Sleuth, because why not?
Yeah, it doesn't sound the most interesting.
Wait,
Yeah,
that Kyoko model already existed. If you
Yeah,
had the
I know.
Cyber Sleuth DLC, so they had to use it somehow.
I guess. One thing, still I am kind of worried that with how they've set things up, that the other two bits of DLC are just going to be what we've already seen from this, just over and over again.
Hopefully it doesn't become a fucking, you know, the answer type situation where it's just a bunch of rehash content.
Oh god,
Gonna be real frank here, if the rest of it's just like what I've seen here, I would much rather play the answer any day of the fucking week.
I mean, I actually like the answer though, so.
Yeah, I do too, but
But that's kind of what it kind of gives me those vibes of just like, let's make it like a half-budget, like second story.
still, either way, yeah, I'm just gonna hope that the other two bits of DLC, with how things have been set up so far, isn't just going to be me fighting Parallelmon while trying to develop characters that didn't have much development before, while throwing in a couple Omega Digimon over and over again.
Well, I guess get back to me on when they update the game again.
Yeah, it'll be on the 20th.
Oh, that's pretty soon.
Hopefully I'm wrong.
We'll have time to talk
At the
about
very-
it.
Still, at the very least, at least the next DLC won't be amount to a bunch of variations of the same Digimon for its additions.
Bonchos, baby.
Yeah, Banjo time. Okay, so which one's up next? Oh, yeah, here we go. Up next we have Hollow Body, an indie horror game that instead of trying to mimic the old Resident Evil games, is trying to mimic the PS2 Silent Hill games.
Ooh, I love those.
Yeah, it set out to be a very atmospheric horror game, like a lot of 6th gen ones, like I already mentioned, Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4, and I think it succeeds at that. It's very, even if I wouldn't say the game's exactly scary, it certainly did feel haunting wandering around in it.
But does it have tank controls?
It can if you want to. I turn them off for my playthrough. Heck, it even has a fixed camera mode that you can also turn off, which I also did.
Oh, so you got like a not authentic Silent Hill 2 experience then.
You have options. I mean, it's not like the game uses pre-rendered background, so it can fully get away with doing that. So
True.
anyway, it's sweet and also very short, even for me, who tends to take a while to beat even short games.
What, like 2 hours
Yep.
or something?
Something like that. The optional movable camera also breaks certain sections. Not in for making the game crash straight away, more in this game was clearly not designed with this in mind kind of way.
So they probably made it with the fixed camera first, and they just said like, fuck it, we can have a custom camera.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the movable camera bit was added after launch, and
Oh.
boy does that show.
Yikes.
It doesn't happen many times, but it does become noticeable. Especially during a bit when you're running around the sewers. There's supposed to be you getting teleported when moving around the camera, but since you can move the camera, you can't see where the teleportation triggers are.
Oh no.
So that section of the game just doesn't work properly with the movable camera.
I feel like I'll just stick with the fixed camera then.
Yeah, and the only other thing I can think to me, well, actually, aside from a silly story I'll tell you guys in a moment, is that the melee combat is simultaneously overpowered because you can easily stun lock enemies, and broken because of very spotty hit detection.
More broken
Like
than
I've
Silent
had-
Hill?
I don't know, I've never played any of the Silent Hill games, but I just distinctly recall many times where I tried taking a swing at the enemy and the attack just went straight through them.
I mean, I have played Silent Hill. That almost sounds like what would actually happen in Silent Hill.
I don't know, maybe it feels better when using the guns, but I barely use those, so I'm honestly not sure.
Oh, well, if it has limited ammo, then yeah, that would also be very Silent Hill-esque.
Yeah, that's just how survival horror games just tend to roll.
True, I just associate it with Silent Hill the most. Because that's probably
I
the
like the-
most ammo-stingy game.
I like to point out a very silly moment of mine while playing through this game. I thought the MC was looking for a sister in this game rather than her girlfriend.
Oh.
I think the misunderstanding came from a bit of early game dialogue where said girlfriend mentioned a sister, or I'm just misremembering and just wasn't paying good enough attention. I'm not really sure. But boy, did I feel stupid only realizing that after beating it.
Well, there's another similar with Silent Hill, I guess.
For fuck's sake, one of the memory recordings I found talks about the two being a family for each other, and I took that the complete wrong way than what was intended.
Good grief.
I am dumb as hell sometimes. Might as well make the title of his video, Jordan pulls a Sailor Moon.
Wow, they're cousins.
Anyway, up next we got Kingdom Hearts 1. And we go from a game trying to imitate PS2 games to an actual PS2 game.
Wait, what was the game called again?
Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay.
Yeah, an amazing soundtrack. The dialogue can feel a little monotonous, but overall I'd say the story's pretty neat. It's great looking. And again, I'd like to point out how silly the whole changing the color of the Heartless and the final mix version thing is.
Oh yeah, we had a whole combo about that.
Yeah, I mean, I played with a mod to switch it back through my playthrough, but still, why they did that in the first place is beyond me.
That is very weird. I mean, it's not. It's definitely way more offensive than some of the Pokemon Gold color changes.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot more prevalent, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a great looking and fun game, although the controls can take a smidge getting used to, but I'd hardly call it bad.
Yeah.
Overall, a very cool action RPG, and I'm very much looking forward to playing the others.
Oh, you've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 so far?
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, I have the collections for them, plus KH3, but KH1 is the only one I played on them so far.
Oh, well, I guess, when I get around to playing KH1, not sure when, hopefully this month or next month, I guess I'll be in the same boat of, hey, I've played the first one.
Yeah, who knows, maybe I'll start playing Chains of Memory soon enough.
Yeah. You could play one of the GVA games.
Well, Chains of Memory, that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one included in the collection.
Gotcha.
Anyway, up next we have Lies of P, specifically its Overture DLC. Much like Another Crusade, I'm just kind of using this as an excuse to talk about Lies of P.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it.
Souls-like.
Yeah,
Oh.
with Pinocchio, of all things.
Yeah, well, I know that part. I just forgot it was a Souls-like.
Yeah, and it's a very cool game. Very fun combat, memorable characters, story, and bosses. I'm very much looking forward to whatever's next, if anything. Wizard of Oz, Souls-like bitches, whatever the hell that would entail.
That'd be fire.
That's what the ending of the game implies is up next, but we'll see how that goes. Also, fuck the red baboons. I will not elaborate on that comment.
All right.
Up next, we have probably my favorite game I played throughout 2025. Look Outside.
Yeah, I've actually heard a lot about this game.
Yeah, and I hope you give it a shot someday because it's great. Great art, music, characters, and then more things. Battles are a little basic, being an RPG maker game and all, but so engaging. It's surprisingly wholesome for a cosmic horror game, even if it can still be grim. And all of what I'm saying so far is not even talking about all the stuff that's changed since the big update I haven't checked out yet. It used to have 92 achievements, but that I got all of. Currently it is 152.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it had a big update back in October that had a ton of stuff. I'm curious to see what that's like whenever I get around to revisiting it.
Impressive that they managed to add that many.
Yeah. Up next we have Monster Hunter Wilds.
Here's your Monster Hunter for the list.
Lots of cool monsters, cool new monsters. I especially liked Uthuna and Shiwu. Music is cool as always. Story is trying. Execution's decent.
I mean, how
Wavering
long
and
are you
construct
playing it
stuff
for the
is-
story anyway?
Yeah, fair enough, but still. It also runs like ass even on the lowest settings. And it's not just because of my PC. That's
Oh
very
boy, I will get into that when I do my interview.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like a huge part of that be Monster Hunter Wilds.
Hopefully that supposed future stability update coming out this year will finally sort that out, and I'll care to revisit the game and check out Omega and Gogmazios.
Yeah, hopefully.
Here's the thing. I wanted to get up to MR. I'll just say this. I wanted to get up to MR 100, but I just can't anymore. It is a case of the game just randomly crashing due to some unfathomable reason I don't comprehend. It literally says incompatible graphics card and then crashes the game, even though I've been playing it fine for an hour up until then.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Have you looked into that particular issue, or?
Have no idea what's causing it. My graphics card is updated. I've literally done anything I need to do to optimize this fucking game. But I will go into further detail on that when I do my fucking.
Sounds like Monster Hunters are a pain in the ass to optimize then.
Did you download it onto HDD or ACER?
It's an SSD.
Yeah, I'm kind of mentioning it specifically because it has to be on ACER or else the game will run like shit. Like, that's literally per Capcom's own words.
Right, that's more material for me.
Yeah, I made the mistake of downloading it on the former first, and the game ran even worse.
Feels like most games demand an SSD to run properly these days.
Yeah, and it takes up almost the whole thing too. Like,
What is it, like 500 gigs or something?
hold on, where is it?
Is it GTA 6 levels of bad?
96.96 gigabytes.
Oh, that's not that bad. It's still smaller than Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
I literally can't fit it on my high-speed drive at the moment because I have too much stuff in there.
Well, you might want to install some games or something.
That's the thing, I usually put them on my ID drive instead, which has plenty of room.
Ah.
Like 386 gigabytes versus 64 at the moment.
Doesn't sound like you got
I
a
guess
lot
it's
of
just my
space.
files taking up a lot of space, I guess.
Yeah, who knows how much of that's being taken up by like videos or random games you haven't touched in a couple years.
Who knows, I'll see. I will say it does feel like a lot of things outside the main combat in Wilds are a bit of an afterthought.
Hmm.
Mostly thanks to the Sacred and auto tracking being a thing. Seriously though, this game has the paintball as an infinite tool. but I have no idea what it does because I never thought to use it, what with its function in other games being completely obsolete here.
The paintball is to mark specific monsters, like say if you're fighting like a horde.
Okay, but who in their right mind is actually trying to fight a Doshagamon pack?
Wow, paintball really fell off after Monster Hunter 2.
It is definitely the case of, I think World, as annoying as it could be trying to follow the scout flies, I think World did it best where you were given breadcrumbs where the monster was, but you still had to find it. And then once you found it, you see it on the map as normal.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do kind of agree with someone that while the paintball wasn't the best, I don't think just outright axing tracking from the game really helped anything. Now the massive map feels almost a little pointless.
Yeah, it feels kind of funny that they brought it back, even though it kind of feels irrelevant. In modern Monster Hunter, where tracking is scout flies, or in Rise case, just there's the fucker right there, beat him up.
Yeah, but speaking of the massive maps, hey Robbie, you ever like pay? You know how like those random camps you can set up can be destroyed? Did that ever matter to you?
Here's the thing. It's more or less a case of, it's like, oh god damn it. It's not really, it's a case of, they break it, and it's like, oh right, that just broke. Like, oh, there's a camp right next to this roosting Raydown when he smashed it, and I'm like, it's just gonna be rebuilt when I come back from the quest. Like, if those stay permanently destroyed until you rebuild them, I think that would have gave you more of an incentive to set those, to actually care when they get leveled. But again, I'm saying shit about Wilds that I should be saving.
It's fine. I mean, I'm agreeing with you, so go off.
Yeah, go off, King.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember many times where I even bothered to teleport to the other camps just because, well, I have an auto-tracking, fucking rideable monster that is faster than most things that can try and chase us anyway.
And with the Palamute, you still had to move it.
Wonder how shit will change when the inevitable G rank expansion comes.
Give the Sacred a gun.
Use your gun.
Get all Miss Friday up in this shit. Yeah. Up next we have Okami.
I've heard that game's also a banger.
Yeah. It's certainly a unique and beautiful looking game with the fact you're playing as a wolf and its whole I forget what the actual word for his art style is called.
Calligraphy.
And the fact that it's a Wii game.
It was also on PS2.
Oh, well,
but
similar hardware.
Yeah, in my case, I'm using the HD port.
Yeah, which probably runs a lot better.
Yeah. Of course, the fact you're controlling a four-legged animal, it can feel a bit weird to control at times, but still, it's quite the fun game. Though I will also say it is like brain dead easy.
Oh well,
that's
one thing against it.
That's not necessarily a knock against it, but just something I find kind of hilarious about how almost impossible it is to die in this game. Like, seriously, hardly anything is a threat. You can get up to 20 health fragments. You can have multiple stacks of healing items. You can pop in the pause menu at any time, which are worth 3, 10, and max HP. You can hold 99 of these, by the way. And that's not even getting into the other items you can use. And you have a free-ish revive that I straight up never used even once.
So you never died.
Yeah. Like, the only time I even got to half health was on the final boss.
Well...
here's the thing, Jordan. You are playing as a goddess.
Yeah, I know, but I'm fighting gods and spirits too. Come on. And yeah, like I said, that's not necessarily a knock against the game. It's just something I find really funny.
Personal pet peeve.
Yeah. Up next we have Owlboy. I'm pretty sure I brought this game up before or in one stream, although I can't quite remember where.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. It's a very unique 2D platformer. Well, you're not really jumping around this game much. You're usually flying, but but yeah, I suppose it's the right word for it. It's not the most complicated game in the world, but it's quite a nice one. Music and art is sweet too. As I'm sure I kind of showed you in like our DM a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite tracks in the game. Yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot to say about this one.
The one thing I do remember is I don't remember if it was Owlboy or some other game, but I know there was a game where it had Aaron Hansen in it.
I don't believe it was this one.
It might have been some other game.
Up next, we have Persona 5 Tactica.
Oh no, it's Owl House, not Owlboy. Okay, my bad.
Oh yeah, you're thinking of the show.
Yeah. I just know it had Owl in the name. I was like, Aaron Hansen's in it.
Yeah. Admittedly, I was initially kind of turned off this game for a very petty reason, and I just thought the Phantom Thieves' his models in this game's art style looks very off.
I mean,
And while
I also agree.
and while I do still kind of stand by that sometimes, for the 3D models anyway, I think the 2D art looks very good. I did eventually just get over that and decided to just check the game out. And I'd say it's very fun. Story and gameplay are as good as you'd usually expect for this sort of thing. Although I would say the bosses aren't very good for the most part. They don't exactly take advantage of the fact they're in a squad-based shooter very well. So it kind of just becomes a slobber knocker of just shooting at the boss repeatedly a lot of the time.
Actually, oh yeah, you know what? Now's a good time to bring this up, Jordan. Because Sosuke was talking about Tactica a few days ago, and you want to know what he called the game?
What?
He called it Joker and Rabbids.
Okay. It is an XCOM like, yeah.
Yeah, which I find funny.
Here's the thing. When a friend of mine did a playthrough of P5 Tactica, the big like squat, we called them squattos because of how they looked. Whenever they did their jump counterattack, I just said Potemkin Buster almost every single time.
The fuck does that mean?
What is that a reference to?
Guilty Gear.
Oh, okay.
Oh
The
yeah, I
character-
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're
Is it-
talking about.
There's a character called Potemkin, and he has the same type of like proportions as those enemies, and he jumps up in the air and then slams people, like breaks people on his back, and that's what Potemkin Buster is.
Yeah,
Great.
just a very big dude with some very big hands and a shadowed face like a black mage in Final Fantasy.
I feel like I should know because I played a bit of Guilty Gear.
Overall, while I'd say I like Strikers and base P5 / Royal more, I'd say Hey Tactica is also a very good time.
Yeah, not as good as Strikers from what I heard.
I think it's a case of, I do think the stuff with Toshiro and Arena is interesting. I definitely do feel like that this game feels superfluous to bring out the dictionary words. This game feels unnecessary.
It exists.
It
So is-
exists.
So is
Like,
any
I think
remake,
I would-
It's not hurting
so
anybody.
is
It
any
just
think it
remake
exists.
ever, but at the end of the day, something superfluous can be fun, no?
Yeah, I think it would be cooler if it was a game focused on Toshiro and Arena. I think
Yeah.
that would have been more interesting. It feels like they're the main characters and the Phantom Thieves got shoehorned in.
Should have
If
just
you know what I
should have just been a different
yeah,
game then.
I get what you mean.
I mean, I was gonna make another Mario comparison and say like it's like how New Super Mario Bros. 2 exists. It's not a great game. It's not memorable. It just exists, and it's a game that you play.
Is that the one with all the coins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that
I would
nobody
definitely
remembers.
say this game's more memorable than that one any day of the fucking
Well,
week.
yeah, but that's the instant comparison I thought of.
Yeah, I guess.
Just another
Up next,
like
we have a
Persona
game that
game.
Up next, we have a game that I'm surprised you didn't bring up during your horror retrospective. Salt and Sacrifice.
Oh, I did talk about it. I just probably glossed over it quickly.
Yeah, I guess so. I remember like speeding through it, and you didn't really pull up its artwork, so I guess I just missed it.
I mean, I did. I just didn't talk about it for too long because I'm like, it was like half of it was me bitching about the parsec, and the other half was me saying I like the Souls gameplay, and then the other part was me saying I like Salt and Sanctuary better.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with you there. I do like the first game more, but I didn't necessarily hate this one.
I wasn't big on the
If they could-
hunting bosses gimmick personally.
Yeah, I'm also with you there. In particular, fighting enemies and the mages could get very annoying. Throwing in M8 style hunts on top of a 2D Souls-like was a interesting choice, shall we say.
Well, yeah, because like when I look back on it, I was like, I'm like, that kind of is just what Monster Hunter is, isn't it?
Yeah, just kind of awkward, somewhat awkwardly crammed on top of everything else.
Yeah. It also didn't help that we would
feel-
get like halfway into a hunt, and then it would kick us back to camp, and then we have to do the hunt all over again.
Yeah, the connection wasn't very good.
Yeah.
You were saying, Robbie?
So from what I'm hearing from the both of you, that the hunting portion of the game feels shoehorned.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel great.
From a gameplay perspective, anyway, it's woven into the story just fine. But yeah, yeah, there's a
Like it-
bit of an awkward disconnect there. That doesn't really help that the hunts in question contain the most annoying bosses and enemies in the game throughout them.
Oh yeah. We died
Remember
a
the
lot.
Umbermancer with his fucking hang dark way he's that's spammed all over the place?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, just those huge shadow shockwaves that tore through your health in seconds.
Yeah, I remember that now.
It was not a fun time.
I don't know why, but the one thing I think about when I think of like shadow shockwaves is for some reason I think about the Sigma fight in X5 where he just shoots like big ass beams across the screen.
Yeah, it's still got a great atmosphere like Salt and Sanctuary, but
Well, yeah, the vibe of the games are great.
yeah, yeah, very gloomy in a good way. Up next, we have another indie horror game, Heartworm.
I don't think I've heard you bring this one up.
Maybe, I honestly don't quite recall. Yeah, it's also another game that tries to go along the same veins of old school Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Though again, I'd hardly call that a bad thing. That's right up my alley.
We've been getting a lot of those lately.
Yeah, what can I say? I like playing them.
You like your horror games.
Great atmosphere, decently interesting story about grief, nostalgia, and mortality. I would highly recommend. Also, much like Hollow Body from earlier, this game also gives you the option to turn off the fixed camera and tank controls if you want, although I didn't when playing through this.
Oh, so you kept it on for this one.
Yeah, not that I really minded doing that. But I'm kind of curious what it would be like when you're not using the fixed camera mode, particularly when you're fighting, because, well,
Oh
in the
yeah.
way I played it, it played like how you'd play well, Resident Evil and such when you're using a gun, since your only weapon in this game is actually a camera.
Oh, sounds more like Fatal Frame.
Kinda, yeah, but, well, without the fixed camera mode, apparently the camera flies behind you when you start aiming, and I'm curious how that actually feels to play with. But I don't know, I haven't really checked it out.
I mean, the camera follows behind you when you're fighting in Silent Hill. So maybe it's like
You know,
that, I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe I'll give it a replay later this year and find out. It did give a decently big update near the end of October, if I recall correctly. So guess
Nice.
we'll see how that goes. Up next, we have Black Myth Wukong.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about that game too.
Much like Claire Obscure and Monster Hunter Wilds, my PC really didn't like this one.
Very demanding.
Yep. A lot of slowdown whenever I loaded it up, and I swear almost every cutscene in the game either had slowdown, the same cutting sound problem as Expedition 33, or having the sound become royally desynced.
So what kind of game is it?
I'd also describe it as a Souls-like game.
Yeah, it definitely gave me Souls vibes. I wasn't sure though.
Yeah, although I will say this is probably the one Souls-like game action RPG I can think of where your stamina is almost a non-existent concern.
Oh.
the stamina regen is very fast. I can't recall many times, if any, I've ever really had an issue with managing it.
I mean, I don't like having to worry about stamina, so that sounds like a good thing for me.
Yeah, but technical problems aside, that might have just been my PC aside. I had a decent time with this one. The highlight for me was definitely the story, characters, and art, especially the end of chapter cutscenes. It's cool that they're all animated in a different style. Hell, one of them is in stop motion.
That does sound cool.
I'm very curious what the next game, Black Myth Zonkui, will be like.
The only other thing I know about the game is that Naruhodo's voice actor from Great Ace Attorney is in it.
Oh, cool. Any idea who he voices?
I don't know. He might even voice the main character for all I know, but I just know he's in the game.
The MC doesn't talk, so that's definitely not it.
Oh, okay. I just know he's in the game.
He makes some screams, that's about it. What's the voice actor's name? Maybe I can look it up.
Well, let me have a look then. Let's see. He's voiced by Mark Oda.
Oh, in English or?
In English, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I'm always bad at remembering names, at least when it comes to VAs.
Oh, yeah, he actually does voice some Wukong in this game.
Oh, see, there you go.
As well as some other characters like Non-White and the Green Cat Martialist.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's pretty cool. Like, so that's basically what he's known for. He's known for voicing Naruhodo and being in Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, though he was also apparently in the Live Alive remake, voicing some characters. Cool.
Oh, well, that's also cool. Too bad Square Enix doesn't like you streaming that game.
Up next, we have Dread Delusion.
Well, I guess another indie horror game.
No, although it is a very grim game.
Okay.
It's more like an indie Elder Scrolls, at least from what I've seen of them anyway.
How would that work?
Basically, it's like a first-person open-world RPG.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, I see people compare it a lot to Morrowind in particular. Although I have yet to play Morrowind, I do own it, so I can't really, not sure how legitimate those claims are. Anyway, the story, characters, and atmosphere were very interesting. Actually, playing the game, though, felt a little off in a way that I'm admittedly not entirely sure how to describe. Combat especially, to the point where I quit bothering, although that's also partially because there's almost no point to combat in this game.
Oh boy, we got a sticker star situation on our hands.
Yeah, that's not an in-apt comparison. There's virtually no reason to fight anything.
Wow.
Stacking speed modifiers and zooming around was pretty fun, though. You know, and technically last, although there are some other stuff I'd like to mention, Stubbs the Zombie.
Oh yeah, I did go over that a little bit.
Yeah, a very clunky but charming and interesting little game. Kind of like Hank Slitterhead in a way. Interesting, even if it's lacking budget, is quite noticeable. Though they are very opposite in terms of temperament.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other bit I wanted to go over was games I played for the first time in 2025 but haven't finished. Just kind of thought I'd mention this too, just for a bit of fun.
I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah, up first of this little list, we have Spirit of the Samurai.
Is it
sort of
another
a
Souls-like game?
Well, no, I've heard people describe it as a Metroidvania a few times, although from what I can tell, the Metroidvania aspect is very minimal. Well, it's basically just a 2D action game.
Okay, well, those are nice.
And one that I've royally struggled to get used to the controls out of even at the bloody start. But it's a very stylish game with its dark stop-motion-esque look. Up next, we have a game that actually is a Souls-like action RPG, though. Bleak Faith Forsaken.
Forget if I've heard you bring up that one before.
I don't think I have, no. The sense of scale and the foreboding atmosphere that goes with it is very neat. and the menu UI is kind of boring, to say the least.
Rip.
Can't think of much else to say right now. Like, I've only gotten up to the first boss in this game.
That's fair.
Up next, we have a game I have even less to say about, Digimon World Next Order.
Yeah, I saw that on your Steam.
Yeah, the dubbing in this, the English dubbing is kind of funny, particularly how they pronounce Machine Dramon. Machine Draymon.
I mean, at least it has a dub.
I've barely gotten anywhere in this one, so I can't really think of much else to say at the moment. So here's one I do have a lot more to say about, Dusk.
Oh yes, the boom shoot.
Yeah, we'll preface by saying I don't play a lot of shooters. Hell, my standard of attention grabbing for them is do something with the concept other than Call of Duty. So this was a pretty new experience for me. A lot of fun secrets to find. Music's neat background noise, I suppose. Not bad, just nothing has really stuck with me so far. It almost feels too fast for me, although maybe I'm just not used to it yet. It's basically a Doom game, but not. I do
It's
kind
more
of
like
wish.
Quake.
Yeah, I guess it's that too.
I mean, if it's like
I do
Quake,
kinda
then I'd
wish the
probably
we-
enjoy it.
There are kind of three versions of this game you can load up: the default, the moddable version, and the deathmatch version, also known as Dusk World. I do kind of wish the weapon switching worked how it does in the moddable version by default. At least when you're using a controller, that is. Oh well, controller problems, I guess.
Those dang shooters and their keyboard supremacy.
I mean, I can use a keyboard if I want. I just prefer using a controller.
Well, same. I also don't play shooters with keyboard and mouse, even though people swear by them.
But yeah, the weapon switching with the controller, it can be odd. On the moddable version, it works how you kind of expect it to. You just hit one of the triggers and it switches through your weapons in a line. But
Yeah,
on
that makes sense.
by default, using the controller has a different system. Basically, you press the button to bring out a weapon wheel, and then you select one of the weapons, and then it replaces one of the weapons whichever weapon you're currently not using. You have another button to switch between two weapons.
I don't like the sound of that.
It's overall way more complicated than it needs to be.
I mean, if
So
if it was like a weapon wheel and you just pick the weapon and it just switches to that weapon, that'll be fine.
Yeah, the default weapon switching feels a bit more complicated to me than it really needs to be.
Just do it like
For
how
the
Mega Man
controller
11
anyway.
does it.
For the controller anyway, if you're using the keyboard, you can just switch between them by using the numbered keys, with them all being set to a specific key.
Well, that is how Doom does it, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though I
And
didn't use
lastly, and last up on the list, we have The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Master Quest.
that. Oh boy.
And the one game here that I do not play on Steam. I haven't played Ocarina of Time in a very long time, so it was very interesting getting back into it with this of all things.
I haven't heard a lot of good
Mostly
things about it.
It's mostly unchanged outside of the dungeons, and some dungeons can have some interesting and very real odd changes. A
Yeah,
perfect example is that inside Jabu Jabu, there's just a bunch of cows sticking out of the walls.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out. I was like, doesn't one of the dungeons have a cow in it?
Yeah, Jabu
It's
Jabu
the-
just has a Jabu Jabu just has a bunch of cows sticking out of the walls, which usually have switches inside them that you need to shoot. Sometimes
It's the
required.
Diablo cow level.
That is
And
weird.
Sometimes you have to do this for which is required. Sometimes doing that just gives you a small chest with some rupees or whatever. In fact, come to think of it, Master Quest has a lot of those little hidden rupee chests everywhere.
Oh boy. Man, that makes it really
But-
fun to try and run it.
The furthest I've gotten up to it is past the Forest Temple. So I haven't really played it in quite a while. I should probably get around back to that. But yeah, outside maybe demos, I guess that's all the games I've played through in 2025.
I mean, if we're not counting like Mario 64 and trash and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, stuff I played for the first time in 2025, I should stress.
Yeah. I mean, technically you played Trash for the first time this year. or last year. That's stretching it a bit, though. It was like one time.
That was interesting.
Oh, man, we got lots of potential co-op deluxe ideas for this year. So there is that, but I'm probably not going to get back to it. Maybe, honestly, probably for a few weeks at least.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe later this year, Alyssa the Parting will finally come out and we can do that too.
That does sound like an idea. An idea after we finish Digimon, or if you want to take a break from Digimon.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm fine.
or-
I'm fine to keep going. You
Alright.
guys want to get
You-
to that?
you
Head
wanna
Giant
hear the
2,
id-
or... Huh? What's up,
Idea of
Robbie?
what game I want to do. So after Code Vein, me and Jacob are gonna do Legacy of Rust, which is a official expansion of Doom 2 with actual new content, like new monsters and new weapons.
Cool.
We're gonna do a multiplayer because it's on the Doom 1+2 port, which has native multiplayer support.
Oh, that sounds cool.
After that, though, I'm gonna do XCOM 2.
Okay, good luck with that.
Yes, XCOM 2 on Honest Man, meaning I am not allowed to save scum unless the game breaks or glitches.
Wow. Well, I'm not really sure how to end off this interview. But I will say it
Well,
was at least straight to the point.
Yeah, I guess. Hope you have fun with the next one. And do you guys want to go to Digimon after this, or?
If I have to be completely honest, not really.
Okay, that's fine.
We can do it. We can do our usual Digimon probably next week.
Or throughout the week if you guys have time to kill late in the day.
Well, we'll see, cause I got a lot of interviews I'm doing this week.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Alright, I'll
Regardless,
have
when we
to
do,
look up.
Sorry, what were you saying?
When I will, for my interview, I will make an exception. There is a game that I did not first play in 2025, but I will point out. Just
alright,
because
that's
it is
fine.
a game I played a lot.
It's fine. I mean, I did that with another Crusade earlier too, so.
Yeah, and hell, there's probably some games I
That's what-
forgot to even bring up in my interview with myself.
Yeah, and what is it? Outside of that one game, every other game is a game I either started playing in 2025 or have beaten in 2025. Or if it's a game that doesn't really have a definitive end, it is a game I've played like quite a bit of. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I guess I'll catch you guys later, because I want to just kind of chill for the rest of the night, because this is already my fourth recording for today, so I'm kind of
Jesus.
out of it.
Okay, have a good
So
one, man.
I'll catch you guys later. See ya.
Went to go jack off.
Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed listening to Jordan's interview, or Games of 2025. Next up, we're gonna have probably Robbie's interview. We're also gonna do Jose's interview, and I might ask a few more people if they want to do an interview, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Anyways, subscribe and all that, and I will see you guys later.